photos are by far one of the most common reasons for a rejected job. If it is not clear, does not adhere to the specifics for the photo they requested as stated in the instructions, and if you do not capture all of what they are looking for or do not take a photo altogether, there is a good chance your job will be denied. But what exactly is an acceptable photo? An acceptable photo is one that the client can clearly see with no blur or obstructions and can see everything they ask for. If provided an example image, do your best to take a photo exactly as you see it. This will improve your chances of acceptance to a near certainty. But what if there's no sample photo? Read the instructions, and if you're still unsure, read the instructions again. Follow them exactly as they're stated. Just do your best to take the photo as close as you can to what they're asking for. And make sure at the end of each job you clearly explain how the job went and any problems you had doing it in the Tell us about your experience box. Field agent reads these, and if they see you did the job as best you could and can read about your particular situation, it could potentially be accepted rather than rejected. These are probably the most difficult photos to capture. The client wants to see, for example, the entire Listerine shelf. These have to always be taken at an angle to capture them all. One thing to keep in mind is to make sure you position yourself to get the top and the bottom shelf to fit perfectly within the border. And once you've done that, try and tilt the phone to the left and right to fit the size of the shelves within the border. You decide whether or not you want to do landscape or portrait, whichever one works best for you. The purpose of this could be that the client may want to see what's out of stock or how their product is being displayed, or how their competitor's product is being displayed. It is important that you include every product in the photo that they want. Nothing should be cut out. In this job, I'm being asked to find the multivitamin section of Walgreens and take one photo of the 3-foot section of Centrum products and answer a question about the products in or out of stock. Things you see in all capital letters are very important. They want to make sure you include the top and bottom shelf. If your photo cuts off either the top or the bottom or both, there's no fighting it, it will be rejected. And notice at the bottom of the photo step instructions how it tells you exactly what to do if there is no Centrum products. Just take a picture of the vitamin aisle with your thumbs down and you should be fine. Here's the example photo. Note the top half is not shown. In the app you can scroll up and down, but it was too large for me to fit in one screenshot. And here's a photo I took. Everything they asked for in the instructions is accounted for. The 3-foot section, the top shelf, bottom shelf, and captures all of the Centrum products. And here's some photos of a Centrum vitamin display that will be rejected. This one is too blurry. It's useless. Make sure you're steady and don't move when you're taking the photo, or else you're going to get this picture every time. This one isn't at the proper angle requested, and this one is cutting off the products at the bottom of the shelf. This is a more common problem than you think, which is the purpose of you auditing the product or display in the first place. The product supplier pays the store for their product displays and end caps to be in the stores, so they want to make sure that they're getting what they paid for. And if you're on the job looking for a particular display that is nowhere to be found, take a picture with your thumbs down in the section of the store where it is supposed to be located in, only after searching the entire store for the display. But if you just submit a job without photos because what you're looking for wasn't there, you will be denied. The photos of your thumbs down acts as proof that you were there looking for the product or display, and as proof for the client to show the retailer that their display isn't up yet. But be careful, make sure you read the instructions. Most of the time they will tell you what to do in the event no product or display can be found. Sometimes though, the product or display does not look exactly like the sample photo. In this job at Kohl's, I am being asked to locate and photo a video game display. Notice the word entire is in capital letters. If it's a video game, it better be in the picture. And at the bottom, once again, they give you instructions on what to do if there is no display. I searched the entire store for 10 minutes before I had to ask an employee where their video games were and had them show me. The employee took me around the store looking for the video games for another 10 minutes. You'd think they'd be in the toy section, but they weren't. And since the employee couldn't even find it, she had to call her floor manager to take us where it was. Looking at the sample image, I was expecting to see this somewhere in the toys section, but in reality it looked like this, and was located near the registers in the men's section. I stated that in the job explanation box that it didn't look at all like the sample photo, that it was the only video game display in the store, and that an employee had to show me where their video game display was. All of this information is helpful when field agent is reviewing your job, and sometimes it determines whether or not your job is accepted or not. It is inevitable someone will notice you are up to something or ask you if you need help with anything. But what you do not want to do, however, is actually tell them what you're doing. They will kick you out of the store every time, and it's corporate policy that no photos be taken in the store at just about every corporate store. So by telling them you're taking photos for an iPhone app, you've just sealed your fate and you're out of there. So if an employee tells you that you're not allowed to take photos in the store, just play dumb and tell them you're shopping around for your mom, your girlfriend, or pregnant wife, who if you do not get the right brand will throw it at your head with every intention to kill. Then apologize and leave the aisle until the coast is clear again. Just be more discreet next time around and act like you're texting. A good way to avoid contact is to put in headphones and act like you're searching for songs on your iPhone to play while you snap away. People typically don't bother other people with headphones, plus if they think you're taking a photo, your cover is to say you're looking for a song to play. But sometimes it's not going to be as easy to get your pictures or your information, such as in a photo-heavy job at a retailer with dozens of cameras watching your every move.